About 4 months ago, when I finished university, I wanted to move to London with my close friend that I'd made up in Sheffield. And now this didn't work out because this business, Parazetal, and the fact that I run it solo and the fact that it didn't really give me any job contracts or official pay slips meant that I couldn't really land a place to rent. And so perhaps three months ago, or a little more, 3.5 months ago, I decided that I would fly and booked said flight out to Thailand at the start of September 2025. And I'm still here out in Southeast Asia. I'm actually in Vietnam right now, in a hotel room, because living in hostels is not particularly conducive to doing my best work, but that's a different story. And am I still taking notes and managing my knowledge in the same way? Similarly, but there's a couple of extra additions that I wanted to show you in this video, and so let's dive in and I will show you how my knowledge management has changed, improved and differed now that I'm traveling around the world and working at the same time. So we're here on Google Maps. We'll touch on a little bit of my Google Maps workflows, etc. In the rest of this video. You can see I'm kind of here, there, right in the middle of things, in the middle of Da Nang. It's fantastic here as well, really nice place. I'm here with my friend Brooke at the moment, and we're kind of dialing in on a bit of work and trying to get things done. But anyway, Obsidian, everything works pretty similarly. You can see I've still got exactly the same vault structure: projects, areas, resources, archive areas, the Zettelkasten, and these are the general kind of topics and areas, I guess, if you will, that my life runs on. And you can see for one of these resources folders, I've got a travel folder, and this folder is actually where I store all of my information and notes around traveling. And now we'll get on to this very, very interesting looking basis view down here a little bit later. As you can see, it's got Da Nang on it as well. But we'll first touch upon the fact that this folder note works exactly the same way as my previous folder notes does. We now use Obsidian bases to capture all of the information from within this folder, all the notes and their dates of modification, etc. We use Obsidian bases to create this little table just here, so I can see all of the notes and captured information and access them all very quickly and easily from one central spot. Additionally, underneath we've got the same progress updates, so that if I wanted to make a progress update, I can hit general, and traveling has been unreal, still can't quite believe that this is my life now. Have to keep focusing on the business though. And you can see that gets captured with a date stamp into this folder note as well. And that's how it works on every single folder note. So like my notes one, my mind one, my life one, my health, all of those kinds of things. That's how it all works. But the difference comes from this base just down here as well. And so I will bring you over to Google Maps to explain this. So if I zoom out, you can see I've got thousands and thousands of different stamps across Google Maps that kind of designate locations and places that I want to visit. So we've even got stuff up here in Mongolia, Ulaanbaatar. I think that's because I met somebody from Ulaanbaatar. But again, you can see I've just got the most random things kind of bookmarked and saved. Like Zen Beach, that was Koh Phangan that I went to. It was quite cool, quite fun. But you can see even here, I'm not really going to look through all of this stuff in the future, and it's not, I mean, despite all of the convenience, I do still want to get rid of my Google account, and this, i.e. running my maps and my navigation and things inside of Google Maps isn't really going to work out if I want to delete my Google account. And so I need a better way, or a more sustainable and more permanent way of recording things. And that's where this new update to Obsidian Bases comes in. So Obsidian released the Bases API, which allowed people to kind of build on top of the way to communicate with the properties of notes. And so this was their own personal demonstration of the Bases API feature, was to release this kind of map-based view instead. So you can still create a view that's like a table of all locations, and you can see these are all the locations that I've put on this map as of so far. But this new map view is built with the Bases API and is a new way to query and display the properties of different notes. And it's become a really, really useful way for me to store locations and my reviews of locations offline in Obsidian in a way that's slightly more permanent than just keeping them on Google Maps. And it also links into the rest of my knowledge as well, which is really useful. So we'll go with a little bit of a demonstration. Actually, let me do a demonstration first. So all of this kind of hinges on the Obsidian web clipper and a little bit of configuration that I did with the web clipper as well. So let me take you to a place that, say, I wanted to save. So I've got a bunch in Da Nang here that I don't have on my Obsidian map. So I went here the other day to play some paddle, and it was awesome. It was really cool. And so let me just give a bit of a demonstration at first of as to what the web clipper does and how I've come about saving locations and their information. So I'd hit, for me it's Command-Shift-O to open the Obsidian web clipper, and you can see I've got all of these queries for AI. So when I click interpret here, the AI will query all of the information that it's managed to scrape off of this page and fill out a little bit of a summary and information that I can then import into an Obsidian note. And you can see when this happens and I reload the note, hopefully we'll get right, so the Paddle Extra Da Nang is out in the ocean according to this. That is one of the problems you do get with scraping locations off of Google Maps, is that the coordinates aren't fantastic. However, with this, what you can do is bring up Google Maps side by side with your Obsidian base. You can roughly head down to the area that the paddle's located. You right click on your Obsidian map, copy the coordinates, and then you can zoom out and select the one note with the wrong coordinates. You go into it, paste the correct ones, and then when you go back to your map, you should be able to see that that location has been updated to be in the correct spot. And what we need here is something like that. So you can alter the icons that are displayed on these little points and location markers, as well as that. You can change their color as well. And so it's a very customizable way and a lot more of a kind of long-term and sustainable way to store your locations and also reviews of the locations. So if I was to click and open this note now, I've made a template that allows me to give my own review. So really fun location, came here to play a little bit of pickleball. And I would continue to write about all of these different places. And let me see if I've got a different, pretty damn good to be fair, and a price that is available is also good for the location. I'm going to try and find a better gym though, one that's nearer, which I did then do and saved on my map. So I spent a lot of time in this hostel here, Romkasa, although I'm not there anymore, and just up the road is Element Fitness Studio, which I just saved into my Obsidian map as well. And so if I had any information to do with that, I'd be able to manage it offline in Obsidian rather than having to have this additional app or open up Google Maps and try and finger through all of my lists in Google Maps as well, which have become very, very bloated. So if I was to show you all of the saved lists that I've got saved places is 52, favorites is almost 100. I've got cafes, I've got places I want to go. There's not really any organization in there, and so although it might be great in the time being, like storing locations that I do want to go in the near future and things like that, I can have a lot more customizability and also a way to for the long term keep reviews and location information and other data about locations I've been to inside of my knowledge management system, and then tie them into certain projects and other resources and outputs that I want to make inside of Obsidian as well. And so my knowledge management is very, very similar to how it was before, but I just thought I'd touch on these one or two new things and also the interesting new basis view that I kind of started exploring and working with, just to show you how a certain kind of environment or task or goal or thing that you're working towards or doing in your life calls for solutions that might add a little bit of complexity in your system, but in fact are bringing an overwhelming benefit as well. So try and keep that in mind. So keep your system minimal, but when there's features and things like that that are going to be useful to you and might make another different kind of app or website that you've been using previously redundant, then you can look to integrate that into your Obsidian vaults and go on your way with that as well. And now, although I don't have these new features in the actual Parazettal for Obsidian template vault that you can download for free, I've started talking about the new map view and additional points around the Basis API and the new ways that this could be used in the Parazettal community, where you can in fact access the free or newly free Parazettal for Obsidian demo vault and demo video, and you can get all of that plus community access completely for free if you click the top link in the description. And inside there I'll be able to answer your questions personally and make videos to answer your kind of requests, and you can reach me more directly and tell me what's been going well, what's been going slightly less well for your PKM, and I'd love to see you in there, whether you're free, whether you become a premium member and pay for access to all the courses. We're trying to grow it, we're trying to get some more people inside so we can talk and build up a little bit of a community, and so I'd love to have you, and thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.